Welcome to Computer Pastry. Today we're introducing a new segment. It is called, you already saw from the segment title probably, so I'm going to skip over it, but it violates the rules. Computer Pastry rules says that there's no talk shows, it's all just game shows. Well, I said, no thanks, I want a talk show. Now I have a talk show starring a guest. I'm a guest on the Guest's talk show because the guest is a guest on my show while I'm a guest on their talk show. Please welcome Doge.
It's actually female Doge. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm very specific about my femality. I don't know what that's called. Anyway, besides that, yes, my name is Female Doge. I own this show, and I will be showing up in the Let's Talk About It segments.
Nice. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. What is today's topic?
So today's topic will be believable stories. Oh my goodness, I had a trifle with a goldfish once. It was really funny. Well, not for him.
Alright. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. Gotta think real hard. Okay, here we go. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I went downstairs to get a drink of water because I had recently lost my water bottle when I went to the store with my mom and dad. Even though I'm 32 years old and I live by myself, and my mom and dad died 3 years ago, but it doesn't matter because I still went with them. Anyway, essentially, I lost my water bottle there because I thought I was stealing it, so the person literally grabbed my hand, but then again, I think they were just mad, and they took it as a token because I didn't have any money. So I tried to use Apple Pay, so I put an apple down that I had actually taken from there. That it wasn't even my apple. I hadn't even bought it. I didn't even take it from home. I literally took it from their section of the apples, and I thought they wouldn't notice that. They noticed. Either that, or they don't accept Apple's Let's Pay, and rather this other thing that iOS has.
Rookie mistake.
Apparently, iOS has its own pay feature. Maybe I read about that 3 days later, but that's not a story. Essentially, I went downstairs and I saw that the oven was on, which is strange because I live alone. But also, I thought my parents existed still. So, and they died 3 years ago. So essentially, I went over and I said, "Huh, this is kind of weird." And then I was like, I'm sure my mom and dad need it for something, even though it's like 3 o'clock at midnight. I went back to bed, and I sat there for a minute and then thought about, wait a minute, my parents haven't shown up any care for me for 3 years.
Can I add something here?
Sure, what's up?
3 o'clock at midnight is not a time. Explain that to me.
I didn't even realize I said 3 o'clock at midnight. Okay, that's really funny. Anyway, essentially, I woke up to my house on fire. I went downstairs and the whole counter was on fire. I was really freaked out. I went to the cupboard and I grabbed the smallest cup I could find. Literally, smallest cup ever. It looked like it held not even a single. It looked like it held 5 ounces of water maybe. And then I grabbed it and I started filling it up with my fridge, and then I grabbed it and I splashed it, and more and more and more and more and more. And then essentially, and then my brother came up from the basement with a fire extinguisher and put it out, which was really strange because once again I live alone. So I wondered, what the heck are you doing in my house? And he said, "Oh, I'm not your brother." And he took off his mask. Turns out it was a robber. And then the robber said, I was gonna rob you, and I'm really sorry, but you shown me I saved you, and you've shown me that saving people feels way better than robbing their stuff. And if they don't, and now congratulate me. So I said, thanks, dude, for saving me. And they said, I'm glad you graduated me, because if you didn't, I would have stolen your stuff.
Okay.
Thanks. He left out the front door, and I immediately called 911. And then I decided I should probably go to counseling for my problems. Granted, I don't know the difference.
Okay.
Therapy.
Yeah, this one is actually a real story of mine. So.
Go ahead and look at it. Go ahead.
So I was just walking along, singing my song, when suddenly I saw that my owner had gotten a new pet. And a new pet, the pet was a goldfish. This is the goldfish story I was telling you about. And the goldfish, everybody who has watched my show knows about that goldfish.
I was right, actually.
This is the third month that we had the goldfish. Yeah.
I actually don't mean to interrupt our collab here. I love this collab personally, and also I was right, it is counseling. Okay, you can go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyway, this is the third month we had the goldfish, and I was sitting there in the living room on the couch, of course, because my owner was very nice. Let me sit on the couch. She said I'm fluffy, so. Anyway, my owner was watching TV. It was kind of scary, but anyway. The moving light box.
Especially since you can't see colors.
Every dog knows about the moving light box, and everybody on my show everybody who watches my show knows about the weird experience of the moving light box. Anyway.
Sorry.
So I was talking about the goldfish, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
The goldfish, I was just sitting there. And then the goldfish said, I can speak all animal languages, by the way. Everyone who watches my show knows this. Everyone who watches my show should know a lot about it now. Anyway, I speak all animal languages. So the goldfish, not knowing I spoke goldfish, he muttered the words, which in goldfish means that fluffy butthole. I wish that he would die, that she would die. My owner, it just doesn't deserve her. I'm sorry, my owner, she doesn't deserve my owner. So, I spoke back to him in goldfish. I'm like, which means I can hear you, you butthole. And he's like, oh, really? He goes, which is like, oh, really? Well, then, if you can hear me, screw you. I hate you. And then I quickly respond with, which is, you know I can eat you right now, right? And the owner wouldn't even mind because she doesn't even love you. She can't pet you. And then he responds with, which is goldfish for, oh, really? Do it. And I did. And I had delicious fish that night. My owner wasn't mad.
I just realized... Sorry. I have something in my throat. I just realized something. I put a game behind us so I could better see your desk. Mm-hmm. But the game currently has a black void and a little bit of stars behind it. And I realized that didn't really help at all. Anyway, so these are just believable stories. They're not like real stories.
Oh, this one happened. The one that I was told happened.
Well, I don't. Yeah. I'm not really paying you to think. Well, yeah, I'm not really paying you to think. In fact, I'm not paying you at all. In fact, Computer Pastry isn't even funded. In fact, this is all done for freezies.
For free. For viewer enjoyment.
I know. Yeah, if you know a guy in the back alley, you know a guy in the back alley. They can get you a free show.
Terrible.
That guy in the back alley was actually my father. So now I exist because, well, listen, here's the deal. I exist on this show because my father showed me how to do it, essentially. I think.
Yeah, so...
I just can't tell anymore I can't tell what's a believable story anymore.
Yeah.
I can't tell if I'm spewing facts or if I'm spewing lies. Anyway, do you want to do another one?
Sure, of course. So.
All right, my turn first, as usual. I'm the star of the show. Anyway, let me think. I gotta think. Okay, so I went to the circus one day, and I was all like, "Man, circuses are rad." I looked at the tent, blue and yellow, which is really strange for a circus tent.
My disguise! You can't see me. Yeah, fine. Entrance ruined, hair ruined, entrance ruined. Whatever. What's next? Alright, listen. I got a lot of things to get to. We got an upgrade. Thank you so much for that. And by that I mean for nothing, because you guys didn't do anything. It was all me who did it. Essentially, we got an upgrade. My mic's got an arm now. We have our own dedicated space. Anyway, new segment time. That's right, everybody. We got a new segment. Because today, we're going to be playing a weird game after a weird talk show that you just saw. Because today, we are playing a weird game from a new segment I like to call Strange. S-T-R-A-N-G-E. Because not weird, because that has a negative connotation. However, unique probably would have been a better name for it, and I realize this now. But that doesn't matter, because today we're going to be playing Kyle is Famous. Free edition, because I'm poor. Yep, that's right, everyone. Computer pastry is broke. We never had any money, so if anybody told you we did, they're a liar. Alright. Start. I have 10 minutes to get as many endings as possible, starting now. Alright. Kyle woke up. He is famous. Kyle is the host of the most popular talk show in recent history, Stay Up Late with Kyle. Stay Up Late with Kyle has grown in popularity quickly in the last year, and the public has noticed. Inside has called Kyle a most excellent dumpy white man. Top Tech noted that Kyle is inspiring you to explore STEM fields. Most other talk shows are dedicated to discussing Kyle and his personal details. Most online videos are best of clips taken from Kyle's latest broadcast. The eye of the world is upon Kyle. Tonight is Kyle's most important guest interview yet. Stay Up Late with Kyle will be featuring Rachel May. She is a kind and lovely philanthropist. She is dear to the hearts of many. This interview requires preparation. Kyle cracked his eyes open, knowing today is his last chance to prepare for the interview. Essentially, what's going on, I'm reading really quickly, and that's only because I don't feel like we gotta get through this as quickly as possible, so I don't need to explain anything to anyone. Essentially, we are gonna start now. Well, okay. Kyle has 30 hours left. He must choose his actions wisely. Start preparing. Kyle's first decision of the morning was made wisely. Exit the bed. Open the closet. Choose an outfit. Get that suit on. Go to the desk. Write notes. Are you a mother? What are some diet tips? What's your funniest story? What's your guilty pleasure? Back to that. Back to room. Exit. Move to kitchen. Open the fridge. Prepare breakfast. Eat. Return to kitchen. Return to kitchen. Return to hallway. Leave apartment. Visit the downstairs neighbor. A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door. Greet and start conversation. Good morning, neighbor, said Kyle cheerfully. Gabby looked at Kyle differently. Ask Gabby about Gabby. Gabby, tell me about yourself. Oh, you know. I just sit around here. I don't get around much, and I never go out at night. I just stay here, right here. Kyle walked down. But I want to steal Techno Jim. Oh, I wanted to steal Techno Jim. Sitting across from his host's chair was a glamorous woman with an air of I can't say words. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. Good evening, Kyle, she said, looking at him in the eyes. I've been looking forward to being here. Kyle responded. Why are you shouting at me? Slightly. And I as well, Rachel, answered Kyle, extending his hands in greeting. You are most welcome, guest. Shake. After another mild exchange of pleasantries, Kyle and Rachel were prompted to take their place for the broadcast. A moment after seeing the studio lights brighten and the cameras clicked on. Good evening, everyone, said Kyle, looking at the camera. Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle. Tonight I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction. Kyle motioned to Rachel, who just smiled and waved at the camera. Hello, Kyle! I'm glad to be here! Well, we have a lot to discuss. Like, why did your voice all of a sudden get that high? And why did I feel the need to do that? I'm very ready, said with a winning smile. Produced the notes he held and had taken earlier. Are you a mother? Rachel, I and many others would love to know, are you a mother? Well, being a single woman with a career, she answered, that's not something that has crossed my mind. Yeah, I can't say that word anymore. Very reasonable indeed, he said. Do you refer to his question? That's another question. What's your funniest story? You've been involved in a lot of different things, but what is your funniest story? Well, that's a great question, Kyle. I think a story I've always tried to remember is the first time I tried to make dinner for my family. In the soup I made, I swapped out the water and milk and tipped a whole jar of salt into the pot. While my family was sick from trying to eat it, I swiped their things and locked myself in my room. Jill laughed elegantly. Kyle decided to move on. What are some diet tips? Rachel, you managed to keep such a thin and healthy figure. What is your best diet tip? Well, a good diet starts with a plan. And don't break it. Cheat days can be turned into a habit. But, she continued, that doesn't mean a midnight snack here and there isn't allowed. Kyle looked at his flabby self. And moved on. And did not cite it. This. We all have one. What's your guilty pleasure? Ooh, that's an easy question, said Rachel. Dipping pickles in chocolate sauce. It might sound strange, but it's tangy and sweet at the same time. I eat it far too often. Well, Rachel, I think that's all I was planning on asking you. In that case, Kyle, may I ask you something in return? Do you prepare for interviews in advance? You seem very together. The affair had gone well. He lay in bed, drifted off to sleep. He felt that perhaps something was still missing. Kyle prepared very well. Okay, we got to one ending. Okay, I can browse social media because I got a phone from another recording that I messed up, so it doesn't matter. Browse social media. Start to scroll through news articles on his phone. Save Play with Kyle ranked #1 and #2 on show on television. New East Bridge being constructed after being found to not actually exist. The authorities investigating. Get out of bed. Exit. Exit. Move to kitchen. Open the fridge. Eat the fridge. Boy interjected directly upwards and hoisted the fridge on top of his face. Somehow miraculously, he wrapped his mouth around the device and started to swallow. In one slow, horrible movement, the fridge slid down Kyle's throat. The ready gurgles and pops and snaps. Really sure the fridge would not come back out. Okay, return to hallway. We should probably go get dressed for the day. I choose jeans and swimming goggles. Good. 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 The apartment. Go to tech store. Give review of free sample. This phone is several years old. Back. It's the screen. Wall. I submerged in water. I secure shock till the battery runs out. And decide to leave. Sure. Steal him. As several colleagues technology broke free, leaving and ran. Alright. Kyle hurried to his set, sending across on the I can't tell that word. And looked at him and smiled. Good evening, Kyle. Interviewed Techno Jim instead. Kyle roughly shot out of her seat and hello, Techno Jim. I'm going to interview you today. Kyle grasped Techno Jim's hands and tried to shake it, but instead it tore it off the cardboard frame. Kyle's producer, sensing viral media, pulled out out of the frame and motioned to the crew to go live. Camera moved life flash, and suddenly the studio was on air. Hi, Kyle. Hi, I'm Kyle, said Kyle. Tonight I'm going to interview a special guest. Pointed Techno Jim using it. And Techno Jim started to smoke from the heat of the lights. Would you like to introduce yourself? Knowing Jim would probably not speak, Kyle took it all at once to defeat his voice as well. Ha, Kyle, he said, raising the pitch of his voice. My name is Rachel Man, and I'm a very special guest. Rachel's expression of confusion turned to shock. Well, Rachel, you look way too thin and absolutely terrible, and you should feel ugly. Kyle gave Jim a meaningful stare. Wow, Kyle, he said. I sure wish I could look like you. Techno Jim burst into flames. Instantly, instantaneously, the sprinkler system initiated. Curtains of water poured down from the rafters. Within seconds, the production equipment was doused in water. The set was soon to burst with electrical fires. Kyle's crew abandoned their posts as cameramen and sound pictures tried to put the... as the crew scrambled around, cameras continued to run, emotionally staring forward. Eventually, the fires were all put out. Kyle's producers shut off the broadcast, leaving Kyle vacant to stare at the final flame. Kyle's ratings skyrocketed. Techno Jim became a staple on the show, often ending up destroyed by the end of each episode. Although Rachel did not come back on the show, her cardboard portrayal did. Rachel was very popular. Kyle interviewed Rachel. Alright, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, that's gonna do it. We only got 2 endings, because I'm slow, apparently. Even though I thought I was going through relatively quickly, but... Okay, so that's gonna do it for... And this episode of Computer Pastry is now over. I'm not gonna say any more, except for... Today is the day I'm revealing a new segment title. That's right, everybody. A new segment is coming soon. And it's challenges. That's right. People around set, including the dog from the talk show, are going to challenge me to do challenges with games I have. I'll probably tell you what games I have, so if you want to challenge me, you can in the comment section below. Alright, see ya. Bye.